Hello and welcome to Girls, Gays, Animes, where it is safe to love what you love and love who you love. I am your host, Valsaraptor. I'm here with my two co-hosts, DokiDokiBunBun and Mim. And today we are talking about the 2025 outlook for animes and what we're really looking forward to. So I'm really excited. I know Doki's excited. Mim, for context, really knows nothing. And so we're going in, and I think my goal for this is, to convince Mim to put something on in the background while she's doom scrolling at home. That's my only goal out of this, is for her to pick one anime to doom scroll watch at the end of the day when she gets home from work.
I will say, my criteria will probably knock out at least half of the things I've seen. I think it's because in recent years, the only thing I've seen coming out that's new is all isekai, and I am so burnt out. You've heard this rant from me before. I am so burnt out on isekai. If I have one more super long title thing, the princess that, or like the sad handmaiden that was killed by her ex-boyfriend comes back to rule the dungeon. I'm sorry.
You are not going to enjoy anything that Doki is looking forward to this season. Oh my gosh.
There is a place in my heart for isekai, but I am tired.
I'm trying so hard to find something in my list you won't hate.
Oh no! Okay.
I might have one.
That's not a good start, but okay. All right, let me open my notes. Okay, Doki, I know yours are already pulled up. You go ahead and start with the first one that you're looking forward to.
I love this because we didn't decide how we were doing this at all. I always love being the guinea pig. So everyone knows, this won't be a shock to anyone who's listened to anything we've done before, that I'm trying to decide really hard if the top one I want to start with is the Yuri or my favorite Villainess one coming out.
See, I thought you were going to lead with a Yuri Villainess, but yeah, I guess pick one. No.
Well, as far as I know, we don't have any Yuri Villainesses coming out.
This is strictly anime that we're looking forward to for 2025, not anime like manga or novels and stuff.
Well, even manga, I don't know of any Yuri Villainesses that are like new ones that are set to come out, just some continuations.
I can go. I think this is an easy one to kind of start with, and I know that you're also looking forward to, and it's Apothecary Diaries Season 2.
Yes! It's technically already started.
Right. There's a couple on this list where I'm like, it's started, but whatever.
Same.
Mem, are you familiar with Apothecary Diaries whatsoever?
It's been on my to watch list. In fact, I tried watching it today and then tried through like our 5 different subscription services and could not stream it. So I'm going to... Well, it's not on Netflix.
It's on Crunchy.
It's on Crunchyroll. We don't have Crunchyroll, so that's probably going to have to be something that we add to the register. So I'm going to go ahead and... because that is something that I really, really wanted to watch. It looks really cute. It looks adorable.
Not an isekai.
You'll love that. Isekai. Again, on my list. It's not an isekai.
So...
It made it.
I was yelling at my husband because I was like, we should pick some animes like that we're both looking forward to and let's watch them together. And he like lists out all of his, and I'm like, I'm also looking forward to Apothecary Diaries Season 2. And he's like, yeah, but you watch it dubbed and I watch it subbed because it's like coming out and I need to watch it while it's coming out. And I'm like, well, I also watched it subbed when I first watched it, but I did like half and half because like I watched the first half dubbed and then it switched because they hadn't translated yet, so then I had to switch to sub. But I am sad because I do want to watch the dub because the voice actor for Gojo is the male lead in that, and so I'm like torn because like I want to watch it immediately, but I also
you have to watch it twice.
Oh no. So Apothecary Diaries is like up on my list because that was like it snuck up on me because I was like, oh, this looks like fine, I'll like watch it, but then I like was watching it at night, like, and I would like stay up and watch it, and I just wouldn't sleep because it was so good I couldn't stop watching it.
Yeah, I watched it twice because I watched it, and then back when me and my fiance first started dating, we would like just sit in Discord together all the time, like watching each other play video games and watch anime together. And so as everyone knows, I'm in love with the Villainess. and he just could not get past the actors' voices in that. And so I was like, fine, I'll just turn on Apothecary Diaries because it's a delight. And like episode 1, he was like, can we keep watching it please right now? Because it's so good.
It's so good.
How are the dubs in that one? Because I am a sucker for subs. I generally prefer subs, but if I'm doing something, obviously I can't watch subs, so the dub has to be good.
Honestly, the dub for that one is pretty good. I think that one's good, either subbed or dubbed.
Oh, good. Okay.
I
imagine they're really good voice actors like on it, so that sounds promising at least.
Yes. Yeah, like I said, with Gojo's voice actor, who you have met once.
Yeah,
as a favor to me.
Humble brag.
GalaxyCon. I wanted to go this year so bad, but I don't have the time. I got no one to go with me. But that was I wanted to go to that so bad because there's a whole bunch of other people from there. I know the voice actor of Bakugo is going to be there. I know. If you want to come down to Virginia, if you want to come down to Richmond in early March.
I'm poor.
Same, girl. Same. But yeah, no, GalaxyCon, amazing. 10 out of 10. There's a whole bunch of people I want to go there, especially like Alex Brightman's going to be there. Love me an Alex Brightman, but you know.
We know how you feel.
I love Alex Brightman so much.
Is it my turn now?
So that was my pick for the first one to start out with what we're looking forward to. So
mine, I'm so excited for. So we talked about the manga earlier in the show, on an episode where we were talking about manga we really liked. So This Monster Wants to Eat Me. We don't have a release date. We just know 2025. I'm so excited because this is the one. As a heads up, it has a lot of triggers. This one has lots of heavy triggers, so make sure to research it before you read it or watch it. But it's about a girl who survives this like car crash and loses all of her family, and she has like no like will to keep going on. And then she meets this like super cutie, mysterious girl who's also a creepy, murdery mermaid who wants to literally or figuratively eat her. It's unsure. Question?
No, maybe.
Only 2 manga are out, so it's really still a question.
Yeah.
And I'm just so excited because from what we've seen so far in like the trailer and the pictures, it looks like they've captured the like really beautiful but like slightly eerie vibe, and like the images so far of like Hinako's eyes still just look so like empty and like she ain't there. And I'm just so excited for this one because I read the first manga of this and was like instantly just so obsessed. Shoving
because
it down
she was so obsessed,
throats.
I also read the first volume of the manga, and it's really good. It's giving, which is another 2025 look forward for me. The Summer Hikaru Died, but like less creepy. It's less creepy than that, and it's like the Yuri version because it's like not super explicitly gay, but it's gay. At least not yet. Like at least from what I've read, yeah. So the same thing with the Summer Hikaru Died, where she's the mangaka's like, well, it's not a BL because she didn't want it to be classified as a BL, but there's the like subtext of it being romantic.
Yeah.
So I think that it's a similar vibe.
I'm excited to see how they explore that in the anime too, like mentioning that because it's not explicitly Yuri yet, but it very heavily feels like for at least this one that it might become explicitly Yuri, because I think this one does categorize itself as a Yuri, which is a little different. It's so cute. I hope it gets creepier, though.
Yeah,
I do hope it gets a little creepier. I think you're right.
Yeah. I just hope that for all of the creepy ones that I'm looking forward to, so this Monster Wants to Eat Me as well as the Summer Hikaru Died, my only wish is that they don't get the Junji Ito treatment.
Oh. I don't think they will.
They stop funding after the first episode and it turns to shit. Yeah.
Yeah, where it's just like, it doesn't... I don't know what it is about like the creepy animes, but they just don't
Some do. It's 50-50.
true,
They either
yeah.
end up really trash or really good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that these will, just because, one, I feel like that's a specific curse to the Junji Ito remakes. But also, these aren't creepy enough, I think, to fall
Yeah.
into that trap.
I think my concern about like the Summer Hikaru Died and that it's more of like I'm explicitly concerned about it is from the aspect that like I think the mangaka stated that like they were inspired by Junji Ito. So I'm like, no, you're too adjacent. No, don't if you're getting an anime, don't associate yourself with Junji Ito. That poor man. Every anime or any sort of adaptation done of his manga work is just doomed, and it's so sad.
Oh my gosh.
It is, and it's so hard to capture. It is, like, they did a really good job in the first episode, but you need to have a lot of money and a lot of time to capture that artistic, weird style that he's known for. Like, you just can't, you can't do that. And, yeah, I'm hoping they do really well. I also, because it's classified as Shonen Ai, right? The Summer Hikaru Died, isn't that Shonen Ai?
I think.
Maybe. I don't know.
I looked at my computer like it was going to be there, but all I was greeted with
Let
is
me
that...
check my notes.
All I was greeted with is that in Japan there's 9 out of This Monster Wants to Eat Me, and I was just instantly furious.
Nice.
So you're not translating them yourself yet.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me. I'll do it.
I will say, I'm really happy that the second season of My Happy Marriage is coming out. That I'm really, really excited about. I'm pretty sure they already dropped it. I'm pretty sure it's one of the ones that's already out.
Yes, it is.
I need to watch
My
it.
son has pointed out several times that it's on Crunchy, and why haven't we started watching it? He's obsessed with it.
It's so cute. It's so cute. It's one of the ones that, like, it makes me viscerally react to it.
It's just
like,
so
I will just.
wholesome.
Oh my god.
It makes me want to scream into a pillow. Sort of cute.
Yes.
My Happy Marriage, it's one of those ones where it's like, have you... I was going to ask if you guys have read it, but then, like, I don't think the manga's caught up with the novel. So the anime actually surpassed the manga last season.
Yeah.
And I was upsetty as spaghetti about it because I was obviously reading the manga and not the novel. And so I was like needing more, and I had to switch to the anime to catch up on the materials.
Yeah.
But it's one of those ones where it's like, I don't know, like you go in and you're like, oh, this is like so sweet, but then you're like wanting to punch characters through the screen, like physically.
Oh, yeah.
So that one.
It's a great transition.
Please take it away.
So sorry. I meant to say that in my head, and it came out of my face.
So One Punch Man is coming out,
No,
or
I literally said punch them in the face, and my brain went, oh, you should talk about, may I ask for one final thing here?
Okay, that's it. You're up.
that's right. But you have to tell them also my absolute confusion
goodness.
in our Discord chat.
Yeah, so when we were preparing for this episode, I posted in the chat that I wanted to talk about This Monster Wants to Eat Me, and then in a separate message, I just said, may I ask for one final thing? And Mim's like, no, with sparkles, and I was like, what? Of course, baby girl, and I'm like, I'm talking about an anime.
Right.
And then Valsaraptor over here only caught the end half and was like, I also wanted to know what Doki had to ask the group. We also don't have a release date for May I Ask for One Final Thing. That one's in the air as well. This one's great though. Mim, don't listen, you'll hate it, but it's a delight. It's an isekai.
Tell me.
Well,
tell me about
guess,
it. Tell me what makes it different than the thousands of other isekai that come out every year.
I guess actually, to clarify, it's not an isekai.
Okay.
I'm not positive if it's a time travel villainess or if it's just a reach the end of her rope villainess. I'm going to be honest, because this one, and chat, let me know if I'm wrong. I would love to be wrong. I cannot find an English version of this manga anywhere. I've been looking everywhere, can't find it. So I have not been able to read this yet. So it's not technically an isekai. But so basically, it's like your stereotypical start to a Villainess story where she like shows up at the ball and the guy calls off the engagement. And instead, like in the trailer, instead of being like, oh, my life is over, whatever, deuces, she like literally puts on these like knuckleless gloves and is just ready to like kick everyone's ass. She's just like, I'm fed up. Like, she's ready to, like, beat him up, beat his friends up. Like, she's done. And the whole thing is just about her being, like, this elegant fighter. And I'm so excited. I'm so ready for this.
Honestly, though, what a vibe. I would watch that.
And it looks so cute. Like, the animation style looks very stereotypical Villainess. It's adorable. She's got, like, white hair, blue eyes, and this, like, gorgeous large red dress, and just, like, these biker gloves.
I love that for her.
I'm so here for it.
What an icon.
It's everything I've ever wanted out of an anime in my whole life. So, if they drop the ball on this, I might cry for all of 2025 will be ruined for me. We'll try again the year after. Ignore the fact that my wedding is next year. The whole year's ruined.
Ruins. Try again. Start over.
Okay. Hopefully it starts after my wedding, just in case.
Oh, because that one doesn't have an official start date yet?
Not that I've been able to find. No, it's just release date 2025. I feel like all of my favorites are like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's coming out with its final season? My Hero Academia.
That's true.
They're coming out with their final season. I know it, like, endings to shows and manga are always kind of a mixed bag. Like, you'll always have people that love it, always have people that hate it. I know this one had a lot of people that loved it and hated it. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil anything. It was kind of, it was fine. It was good. I got what I wanted.
People have visceral reactions, though.
Yeah. Well, people also thought that all of a sudden, like, even though, like, let's be honest, I know the number one fan fictions out there are Katsuki and Izuku Midoriya, and
obviously,
it's kind of like
their true love, it's faded.
I was like, did you really think that the author was gonna be like, you know what, this whole side romance we've had building up in the background, we're just gonna pretend that doesn't exist and make the characters gay? I'm like, I get it, but like fandom is not.
Still.
I'm waiting for the day. I'm waiting for the day when we get a show, like a shonen anime or shonen manga that's been running forever, and all of a sudden they're like, you know what? The fans are right. These two dudes need to kiss.
Stop! That would be so good.
I'm sorry. How much better would it have been if shoot, what is it? I'm trying to think of like the other top major. Naruto and Sasuke. If like Naruto and Sasuke had just made out, it would have been like, okay, yeah.
Honestly, they would have been celebrating in the streets.
And Boruto probably wouldn't have sucked. Boruto probably would have been more tolerable. I didn't even
watch it.
I tried. I attempted.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That was a you problem. You
heard
it here first. Mim won't watch Isekai, but she will watch Boruto.
I attempted.
I don't know if we can trust Boruto. Your standards anymore.
Sorry. To be fair, there's only like Naruto was one of the OG like animes to come out that was running forever and based around like ninjas and chakras and whatnot.
I'm glad she's explaining it because I haven't seen it, so I was wondering what it was about.
Wait, you've never seen
ninjas and chakras and stuff?
That was like
they're all ninjas
everyone's
and they fight bad people. That's it. It is literally just the most shonen thing you could get. It is
10-year-old loves it.
It is peak shonen jump. It really is. But if there were like 5,000 different titles that came out about ninjas fighting the baddie of the week and they all
that explains why your son likes it, Doki. Ninjas. Yeah. So that was his first career goal, yeah.
Well, no, he wanted to be a stay-at-home dad when he was in second grade, and his girlfriend broke up with him. He was heartbroken, and he said he no longer could be a stay-at-home dad. He had to be a ninja now.
It happens.
What if he was a stay-at-home dad, but also...
He said that was out of the question. He would never be able to be a stay-at-home dad now without that girlfriend.
I'm just saying, he needs to watch Way of the House Husband. It might change his mind.
You might be a little young for that one.
I think so. It's kind of...
Well, he's decided he wants to be like a video game developer now and also save cats on the weekends. So that's his new current life goal. It's pretty good.
I love
I don't
that.
want to mess it up. Ninja
Mhm.
seems a little outside. He tried karate. It wasn't good. So ninja might be out of his expertise.
Sorry to
What's
interrupt.
next?
Okay.
But yeah, I guess like on the topic of doing something aggressive and then attempting to retire. So on my list is Sakamoto Days.
It's on your list. You
saw
yelled
that.
it yesterday.
I
Then
saw that.
She
Did
saw
I?
that it had like
Oh, yeah, I
premiered.
did.
Yeah, you did. You saw it had premiered when we were picking what to watch during dinner, and she's like, "It's out!" And I was like, "We can't watch that right now. My son is not old enough." And she's like, "Yeah, first episode."
Okay, so in my defense, like he watches My Hero Academia, and there's
Which
like
isn't rated MA.
which is in my opinion still pretty violent.
So yes, but that's complicated. So how I
Right.
determine what's appropriate is not necessarily always just based on violence. There's an act of reality to it that goes into my determination. Also, if something's rated MA, I don't even give it a chance because usually that means
thought it
the
was just
violence gonna
M.
have. It said MA on Netflix. But because there's going to be a lot of blood usually. I mean, even when he watches Spy Family, I watch it beforehand and he can't watch certain parts of it. Because like My Hero is so just like grandiose and over the top and unrealistic that it's easier for him to like rationalize that that's not real and made up versus someone just like shooting someone in the face, which feels a lot more based in reality.
So the thing for me about Sakamoto Day, do you know much about it?
No. I don't
Okay.
know anything about it except that you yelled about it and the guy has glasses.
Okay.
I know it's isn't it like slice of life, or am I just not thinking of that?
No.
Okay.
So Sakamoto Days is
No.
no. I'm gonna tell you though.
Actually.
Please tell me.
Wrong. So it's about this guy who used to be like an assassin or in the mob or something, whatever, and he was like the best there ever was. And then he goes into a convenience store one day, and the lady working the checkout falls in love on the spot, and he's like, "Screw you guys, I'm retiring. Here's my notice. Bye." Marries her, has a kid, and now they run a convenience store together.
Oh, you know what? Someone did describe it as if John Wick had not gone on like his revenge and had literally
Spoilers!
just decided to like hang out. I'm sorry.
I've never seen
spoilers
John Wick.
for what?
For John
Spoilers
Wick.
for what? John Wick is about a guy who goes out for revenge
I'm
and
sorry,
kills a whole bunch of people.
I preemptively, you said revenge though, that spoils what it's about.
I
Not
have no
everyone's seen
idea.
John
I'm sorry,
Wick.
that's called watching, that's called understanding what the movie is about. That's like saying, hey, did you know Wicked is involving the Wizard of Oz? That's not a spoiler.
Today's theme is making them really mad at me.
Okay, but
I'm
alright,
getting
so
anxious.
let me keep going. Okay, so he gets his retirement bod, and so like I don't know, there's probably some body negativity in it, but he gets his retirement bod. And so then the old mobster guy is like, this guy needs to come. You can't just leave. You can't just decide to retire. Mind you, he's been retired for like 4 or 5 years. Like they have like the daughter like can speak and she's running around the store and stuff. And so he sends one of his guys to go like, you know, because he's not allowed to just retire. And there's like, I don't want to say like a fantasy aspect to it, but the guy that goes to do it, he's clairvoyant. He can read minds. But he tries to do his assignment, and the, you know, fat retired spy guy is quicker than him. Is still on it, like in the blink of an eye, doing all this stuff. But like he's full on retired. He's like, I don't do that anymore. I mean, he doesn't really talk. But the whole shtick with his wife is that like he kill. Like he's allowed to defend the family, but he is not allowed to kill anyone. And so when you're like, oh, like it's all these violence and like they're killing people and stuff, like, yeah, there's some, like, the first episode was just, I think, more bloody because they had to explain like how his past was. But for the most part, like it's just this dude defending his current lifestyle while working in a convenience store, and it, by the way, is not allowed to kill anyone. And that's why I was so surprised that it was rated MA.
Yeah, but again, it's because there's a lot of blood. I almost guarantee.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of Rurouni Kenshin a little bit. It's like if you had a modern Rurouni Kenshin, if you haven't seen it, it's pretty old, but it's like a well-known samurai who's known for like being the deadliest samurai, and he decides to essentially like retire, and he just wants to live a peaceful life, so he, does not kill anymore and just kind of wants to live a happy little life, and he's just this happy little guy. Like, that kind of gives me vibes like that.
Yeah.
There is another anime, it's either coming out in 2025 or it was announced, it's something like The Other Worlds, like, relies on the bean counter.
That's on my list.
Okay.
That's on my
Okay. Yes.
That's on my specifically BL that I'm looking forward to in 2025 list.
It is an isekai. It is an isekai.
I know.
But
I
was
know.
gonna
Wow,
say
man.
It's a BL. It's a BL isekai, which is different. Because it's different. I'm sorry. Give me an isekai. Give me an isekai that's different from all the others, and I will watch it.
Wait, but there's GL isekai that exists.
Yeah, that's also different. I'll watch that too.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'll watch that too. I
Okay.
cannot handle another isekai of literally the same 3 characters that die and are reborn
like-
as a princess.
As someone, first of all, please don't ruin my dreams. Second of all, I have to argue, as an anime manga fan, you can argue that 90% of all anime is the exact same story with a different face on it. The one Val just described is basically Spy Family. It's just retired Spy Family. They're all the same.
Some
They're
are-
all the
some are-
same.
Okay, some are a
And there's
lot more
and
similar
there's
than
comfort
others.
in that, though. That's why.
That's true.
That's why people fall into genres that they like, is because they're all the same. There's
That's
comfort
true.
to that.
There's a reason that Hallmark movies are all the same and people still watch them. I get it. There is a comfort in there. I just got a little isekai out, and I was looking for something different.
Well, let's
So
hear
if
about
there's-
this one you and
Yes,
Val
please
suggested,
tell
and then
me.
I have an isekai for you.
Okay, so the
Okay.
full name is The Other World's Books Depend on the Bean Counter.
Okay. Yes.
Adorable.
And it is based off of a light novel. So I've desperately been trying to find the manga in advance because I know it's one that I'm going to want to like engage deeper with than just watching the anime. But I haven't been able to find the manga anywhere. And all my mutuals have been posting about it, and I'm like so mad because it's not been in any of our Barnes and Nobles.
Can you order it?
I think I'm gonna have to.
Why don't you read the light novel?
I don't have time to read words.
I love light novels.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of the Chinese ones, right?
Yeah, a
That
lot
you
of
read?
the danmei. Well, the danmei aren't
Danmei?
even. They're not even light novels. They're like full novels.
True.
I've tried several times to get her to read one, and she's like, "Oh no, there's too many names and words in this."
I
But
tried.
they're releasing manga of them.
I
so-
tried reading one, and I think I'm just not knowledgeable enough about, especially because a lot of them are historical. I am
Yes.
nowhere near knowledgeable enough about like Chinese culture and like traditional Chinese words and names and stuff to like understand. So I'm reading it and I'm like, I have to like look up every 2 or 3 minutes or so and be like, what is this? What does this mean? Why are they doing this? And
Because you started with Remnants of Filth, right? I think was the first one.
I did.
Yeah. So I will admit, the first one I read, it took me a while to get used to it, just because the main thing that was different for me was the fact that everyone has two sets of names.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
they have their formal name and then their casual names.
Yeah.
And they both include a first and last name. Plus there's like nicknames and things like that. So
Yeah.
that took me a long time to get used to as well. There's definitely a change between it. What helped me, because the first one I read was Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, but I also read the manhwa of it. And so I was able to put faces to the names, which helped me with the first time I read one of the novels, I think.
I think I'm just gonna have to wait for them to come out with. I mean, if they come out with a graphic novel, is it still Danmei?
So yeah, because danmei
Okay.
is just like Chinese BL. But
Oh,
so
okay.
there's already manhwa for Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation and Heaven Official's Blessing.
Yeah, and I think
those
if I
already
read those,
exist.
if I read those, I'll at least get used to the terminology
helps.
and language and everything before actually reading and be like, oh, I know what this is. I know why they do this. I know what this means.
It helps a lot. It really does.
Yeah.
Okay, so the
Tell us
synopsis
more
for
about
this
the bean
one.
counter.
So the synopsis for this one, like the characters are in their late 20s, which it's
Ooh.
nice to have like full adult.
Older. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So I'll read this is the description of the first manga. So it says, once upon a time in a not too distant past, a holy maiden was summoned. Not just any holy maiden, one hailing from modern Japan. But the story is not her story. This is the tale of the humble accountant who accompanied her and his trials and woes as he accounts in a new world.
Maybe I need to read this.
But no tale is complete without a love interest, and who better to play that role than the handsome knight captain? Right? Will he begin a personal quest to save said bean counter, who tolls around the clock, or is he doomed to be married to his work evermore?
I already love it.
This sounds so
Already
good.
love it. Already excited. Already
Okay, I'm gonna hold up to the camera, but like, look at how freaking cute they are. Zoom in, cute.
Oh, that
my
is
God,
cute.
they're precious. Look at them.
I'm getting there.
They're adorable.
That looks so cute. That sounds really cutie.
Yeah.
If you could pick one, like your dream manga or manhwa to be adapted into an anime, what would you pick? If you could pick one that you're like hoping one day.
You're not gonna like it.
I don't care what you like. I'm not mad at you. You can look isekai. When I go home for the holidays, my parents watch Hallmark. Do I personally like watching the same straight white woman like fall in love with the guy who runs the
Lumberjack field?
The lumberjack field? No, but will I watch it and do I appreciate the fact that my parents like the classics? Yeah, so tell me what isekai do you want to get an anime adaptation?
Villainesses are destined, or villains are destined to die. Hands down.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Love that.
Based on an Otome system that she's like reborn into. And I really like her character because a lot of times they're like, I've forgotten all my trauma and everything's fine and I'm happy. And I love those too because I'm a potato. But in this one, it's very like kind of grungy and dirty, and she's very jaded, and she's like super traumatized and doesn't just immediately move on past that and be like, no, everything's fine. She's like, no, all of you suck and I don't like any of you and I just want to survive and not die. Thank you very much. And she's just really bitter, and I really love that. But I'm worried they would ruin it, so maybe I don't want them to do it.
Yeah, that's always the risky run. It depends on who picks it up and like what they want to do with it, you know?
Yeah. What about you guys?
I have been, well, I will say Rumiko Takahashi has been revamping a whole bunch of her series recently.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know, she did Inuyasha, she's Ranma One Half. She did another one. I always forget the name of it, but it's the girl with the blue hair. She's an alien and she wears like a tiger bikini.
bikini
The tiger bikini girl. Yes.
She's adorable.
Leopard bikini girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she came out with Yashahime, which was, the manga was good. The anime was terrible.
My son loves it.
The manga is really, really good. The manga does such a better job. It's so different. It's really surprisingly different.
Yeah, it is.
But I would give up my left tit for there to be an Inuyasha remake, or even
the
better,
left one. No,
I would give up the left one for an Inuyasha remake. I would give up my right tit for a new Aran High School Host Club remake.
Oh, well, wouldn't everyone? I wouldn't. But wouldn't everyone
I would.
Everyone
I know
would.
you would.
I'd give up my left tit, and I'd buy a new one afterwards. But I'd give this
That's
one
fair.
up and
You
then get.
give them both up.
I would.
You give them both up.
Take them both. I don't need them. In a
If we're
world
not
where there's
talking-
new Iran, I don't need either of these. Just take them.
I will
I
say,
didn't like that motion.
Take them.
if we're not talking about remakes, I would love to see Cherry Blossoms in Winter, which was a manhwa that was really, really cute. I really like it.
So
I think it
good.
deserves an anime adaptation.
Mhm.
It's adorable. I think it would do really well as an anime adaptation, as like a really cute slice of life, BL, easy enough to animate and get through. It's adorable. I would love that.
Mm-hmm.
Or hey, did you jump? I'm sorry. I thought, did you jump? Did I scare you? Yes. No. I thought I saw Val jump.
No,
Oh,
I was going into emotion, and I was like, "Oh, she's still going." So then I was like, "Just kidding."
Sorry.
everyone."
I thought I
did. I was
scared
like,
you.
maybe I should do my next one.
I thought I scared you. No, a dangerous convenience store. That's the other one I want.
How are they gonna do that one?
That's hentai.
Talk to me. No. But please tell to me how they are going to do. Because I'm gonna be honest, the storyline in it, there's not a lot of plot in that one.
I just explained how they do it.
Anything
wrapped immediately is hentai.
Oh,
There's a ton of plot.
I forgot. You've probably read the whole thing. I'm only reading it as it's printed, and as it sits right now, there hasn't been a ton of plot. There's a lot of angst, and I like the amount of angst that's been in this last volume that just came out.
They read it for the plot.
Right.
Yeah, true. But hey, they made Jojo Romantica into an anime. You could definitely make that one into an anime.
There was like another one that they did that was like about two idol guys, and like the one was like better than the other one.
Isn't
and
that
then
the cherry one where they're
No.
drawn? That's the one where their chins are drawn weird, and I refuse to watch it because they drew their chins weird. I know what you're talking about.
But that one, the manga for it is
explicit.
Yes, but then they made it into a full anime series.
Wait, I'm sorry. Do you also know what they made into an anime series? Not anime. I think it was just an OVA. Was the Titan's Bride, the one that I showed you, where it's like the guy is.
Can I say
we are
hentai
live
now?
on the internet?
I know.
So you choose your words.
I'm not going to say anything, but it's very explicit. But they did make that into an OVA, and it was like it fades to black.
Okay.
I know.
Every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
There is a plot in that one. It's just that everything else they turn to black, and the plot is genuinely good if it wasn't kind of weird for the rest of it.
Mim, do I have an isekai for you?
Okay.
Wait.
Tell me.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, on the subject of like villainess isekais, is this one on your list? I have to know. From Bureaucrat to Villainess.
That's what I was just about to go into. Yeah, that was the one where I was like, "Do I have an isekai for you?" From Bureaucrat to Villainess, Dad's been reincarnated.
Someone's dad is a bureaucrat, and he gets reincarnated as a villainess
in an Otome game.
I have seen clips of that. I've seen clips, and it was hilarious.
I love the description they've done, because you know how normally for like an anime, their description's like a paragraph. The description on the streaming site for this is just: a 52-year-old civil servant is reborn as the villainess of his daughter's favorite video game after being struck by a car. And my second favorite part about it is the villainess looks just like Claire from I'm in Love with the Villainess.
I also
she looks
thought that.
exactly the same. I am so freaking... Your husband was the one who showed this to me, and I about screamed. It's technically already out. I haven't seen any of it yet. I'm so excited though. I could explode.
We trying to do a watch party?
Maybe. I'm desperately ready to see this, and also very curious as how they're going to do this. Like, is there going to be a romance? Is that like what's going to happen? I don't know. I'm excited.
Yeah, interesting concept of the romance.
Well, it's a concern. That's not an interesting concept. I complained somewhere recently that a lot of villainess stuff, and the internet already knows, but age gap is like a really big issue in villainess stuff. There was one I started watching recently. I can't remember the name of it. That's on Crunchy, and I refused to watch past the first episode because the age gap was so severe that I just... She was like 12 and he's like 19. And I was like, absolutely not. That's disgusting. So I'm concerned for this. I'm hoping they do it just as like a comedy, something funny, no romance. But I get very nervous with stuff like this because it has so much potential to be this like delight, fun joyride. And then they're going to be like, he falls in love with a student, but it's fine because they're 17, so it's okay. And then I'm like, whoop, now I can't consume this anymore because I'm traumatized.
No.
So I'm a little nervous, but very excited for this one.
Don't read Cardcaptor Sakura.
Stop, please. It hurts my feelings. Really.
It hurts. It
I have
hurts me
such-
so bad.
Well, what's rough too is that part of me really loves Cardcaptor Sakura because I watched it when I was young enough to not understand that those were issues. And so I have such mixed, complicated feelings for a lot of magical girl stuff. I watched another one recently, which everyone told me to watch, and I was so excited. And it's the, like, magical girl falls in love with the lieutenant, or whatever it's called. And there's a really... I haven't looked to see yet if there truly is a big age gap, or if they're just animated that way, but she looks like a 12-year-old with big boobs, and he's, like, in his 20s. And so I don't know. I stopped watching.
You always run a risk. You always run a risk, especially when you get into older anime. I feel like now they are a little bit more cautious about stuff like that. But like Sailor Moon is super problematic too. Like she's 14, and Tuxedo Mask is I don't know. We don't
17.
know. I don't think he's like 17, but because he's like in college and stuff like that.
So I could be wrong, but I remember seeing someone talk about how part of the issue with that is that there are some translation errors due to the schooling systems being different.
Yeah.
That there is an age gap, and it's based on like our standards, it is still kind of like But I think the biggest issue with Tuxedo Mask is, or what's his face, is just that he sucks. And Sailor Moon, Usagi's clearly a lesbian, and we should stop pretending like she's not. But that's a different episode. That's a totally different segment.
She falls in love with, I think, two or three different
women.
In that whole series, she falls in love with them.
And I'm all like, better.
They are.
It's fine. I'm fine.
I will say, okay, sorry, we will get back to what we're actually talking about. But in Yashahime, they took that out. The fact that they have
the age gap.
Well, no, the main character is very androgynous looking, and there are constantly female characters that are like in love with her, or she is in love with like another female character. There's a lot of like GL undertones in Yashahime that they took out of the anime, but they kept in the manga.
I'm glad I got in the manga too, then.
I'm like, you gave me this androgynous queen, and or I guess, you know, androgynous king or queen, you know, but royalty, and you're not going to explore anything past that. Cool. All right. I know. All right. Okay, so this Isekai is the one that you're trying to get me to watch, right?
Yes.
All right, I will do my best. Gonna come on. It's gonna be after Apothecary Diaries, because that one I really need to catch up on.
No. Start with Apothecary Diaries.
That is a must watch. That is a must watch.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
that and My Happy Wedding Marriage. I keep saying My Happy Wedding for some reason. My Happy
Close
Marriage.
Enough.
Yeah, lots of season 2 things that we're looking forward to. Using that as a segue, now that I've ruined the last, 2 that you were going to say, Doki, what am I going to say next that I'm looking forward to for a season 2? I think there's 2 left that it could be.
It's not going to be what I want it to be, but I'll just say what I want it to be anyways.
Say what you want it to be.
Toilet Bound?
It's Toilet
Bound! Yay! Yay! I'm so excited for Toilet Bound.
I'm so excited for Toilet Bound. Yes!
Wow, I really thought you were going to be like, no.
It was going to be Toilet Bound. So the next season 2s that I'm looking forward to for 2025 are Toilet Bound and Sk8.
Yes. Yeah.
Ooh, Sk8. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I have too.
That's exciting.
I am excited
to tell me. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I never thought we were going to get season 2 of Toilet Bound. I thought it was not going to actually happen. So I'm beyond excited that it's for real and coming out and exists. I think it comes out today. Yeah. Yeah, my fiance's over the moon.
Can you please tell me what Toilet Bound is about? Because I've had students.
Spoopy.
Which just can be concerning, but I've had students tell me back when I used to run the anime club that they would put that on the list of things we used to watch, and I'm like, I have to watch it first because
It's so cute.
I
And
never know because they're like
Pretty
No, it is
appropriate.
cute. It's appropriate. It's
Okay.
fine.
it's
Yeah.
appropriate.
Mhm.
Because, like,
Yeah.
even things like Soul Eater is appropriate 99.9% of the time, but you get the first episode with the witch, and, like, you get a bunch of weird stuff. Yeah.
No,
A
Toilet
lot of
Bound's
fan
not like
service.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So please
Yeah.
tell me, what
Toilet
is it
Bound
about?
is about this like really awkward girl in high school basically who like has a crush on this like dude and whatever, and it kind of follows the theme of the what's it called, Val? The like it's common in Japan in schools how they have like these like ghost stories, like the boy in the toilet and stuff like that.
Yeah, so this is like one of the classic like ghost stories for Japan, and it's
Right.
that there's a girl that's haunting a toilet in
But
the
it's a
school.
boy.
But in this it's a boy.
And they
But he's
become
trapped
friends.
in the girls' bathroom.
They become friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
I ship
But they
them.
like fight like monsters and ghosts and stuff together, and like it's really good.
Have you read the manga for it? Like the newer manga? Oh. Okay.
Oh, no.
And we're really excited for Sk8 too. We'll talk later. Never mind, just read the manga.
Oh no.
Just read the manga.
Yeah, so that's Toilet Bound. I don't know.
It's so good.
It's good. Yeah, I like
It's
it.
a delight.
I was looking forward to it. I'm trying to figure out because I don't know if the Sk8 is technically the OVA or a season 2. I think it's the season 2.
Oh, I thought it was the OVA.
Okay, maybe it is the OVA.
I could be wrong.
So because the teaser trailer came out in November.
Mm-hmm.
But it was really just a bunch of pictures.
Yeah, it was just
love that.
images.
Love that.
But it had like the boys in it. It had and so that's why I was confused as to whether it was a season 2, because the OVA was pitched as just being like the high school retelling of like Cherry and Joe and pedo clown guy.
That's his name. That's canon. Yeah.
Yeah,
Adam.
100%. Adam.
Sorry.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Never heard of whoever Adam is, but I know
Whoever
who
that
pedo clown
guy
guy is.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's one or maybe they're the same thing. It's just they're calling it
Maybe.
extra part.
Yeah, that sounds like an OVA then.
It does sound like an OVA.
Okay, I'm gonna note that
Content
it's
is better
OVA.
than no content.
Yeah.
It's true.
Question. So how this is something coming from someone who's only seen like 3 episodes of it so far, but isn't the writer of Dandadan like currently in prison or facing issues because of tax fraud?
No, that
Who is-
was.
what's
I thought
going
that was
on?
Apothecary Diaries.
That is Apothecary Diaries.
It is?
Yeah.
And I don't. Are they in prison for it, or
No,
did
I
they
think
just
paid
get
all
fined?
the fees. I think they're
Yeah.
fine now.
Okay.
I thought
I
they got
wasn't
charged a
sure.
bunch of
I
fines.
heard every once in a while. I heard like rumors through TikTok, RIP, of what is. I know.
As we're live, don't say stuff like that. We'll get banned.
RIP. All of our viewers not in the United States.
Does a
Yeah.
re-release count as a sequel? Because if so, I have a good transition piece.
I don't know that a re-release counts.
Well, so a re-release as in like, well, I mean, a re-release does count as an anime. to
Okay,
be
yeah, well,
excited
obviously I'm not
for.
saying that, yeah.
So in the spring, we're getting the re-release of The Rose of Versailles, which, for anyone who's familiar, is a 1970s,
Yeah.
pretty gay shoujo. Or is shoujo mixed with something? I don't know. I don't know how things are classified. That's for a bigger adult. But it's about Marie Antoinette and her palace guard, who's like raised as a man by her father to be this like knight, but she's definitely this like blonde lady, and it was like very scandalous. Not Yuri, definitely Yuri. They came out in the 70s, and they are re-releasing it as a film that's coming out, and it looks like it's going to be stunning. It looks so beautiful. I'm so excited because this is a series that I don't hear people talk about a lot, probably because it's older. But the original is phenomenal too. I haven't seen it in a really long time, so I hope I hope I don't regret saying that, and that it like didn't age terribly, and I don't remember that. But for me, when I was like a youthful LGBTQ lady, it was very like, I don't know, just nice for me to watch and like feel represented and seen, because it was kind of my first anime that introduced me to Yuri. And so I'm really very excited for this. It feels so nostalgic, and I hope it inspires people to go back and watch the 70s anime as well, and people aren't just like, I saw the movie, I'm good to go. But it does look very pretty. So that's kind of a sequel.
Yeah. Someone in the chat asked if Reincarnated as a Slime is set for a new season this year.
Is it?
I thought they were.
Remember.
I hope everyone online can hear the clacking and how aggressive we're researching to double check before we give out false information. I thought there was. Maybe.
Well, 3 months ago, someone posted a season 4 trailer.
Okay.
But I don't know if they're real. Oh, it's TBA Studio that said it.
Okay, so then there is going to be a new season.
I think it's wait, it says season 4 and film announced.
Ooh.
Yeah, they're both being produced. There is a teaser trailer out for it. I'm not seeing any dates for it yet.
Okay.
But yeah, we are getting both.
Ooh,
and that's for this year?
I'm not seeing any dates. I just see that they were announced.
Okay.
I'm like finally looking at the list of different shows that are being released, and Go For It Nakamura is coming out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited about that. I have not read the manga, but I have heard nothing but good things about it. So I'm excited.
That's on my BL list. So sorry, the chat said I heard of a film, but not any information for another season.
That's kind of what I'm seeing on Reddit too. So Crunchy posted a couple months ago that they had announced that both were going to be coming out, and then a lot of people are on Reddit are saying that basically they're only truly hearing things about the movie, which is kind of making them a little anxious about it. But I'm not seeing like a ton of details. It looks like basically just the teaser for the movie came out, and there have been like some kind of vague comments, because the last Crunchy post about it was at the end of September.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of what you're seeing where it's like season 4 and movie, but they're like likely focusing on just the movie for now, and that's why nothing on the next season has really been announced, because they're
I don't think the movie's going to come out this year,
but focusing on it.
I mean, the season 4 I don't think will actually come out this year. I think it was announced, but I don't think it'll come out. Just like I really hope that the new Madoka Magica movie comes out this year, because it was supposed to come out last year. And it was supposed to come out like December, January time period. And they moved it to winter of this year. And I have severe anxiety that will also get pushed for the same reason. It's a thing I'm excited to see, but I think it'll get.
As long as it doesn't get the Yuri on Ice treatment and then just disappears and we never get it.
So I don't think it will, because Madoka Magica isn't as popular in the US. As everyone who knows me knows, it is probably my favorite anime of all time. I absolutely love it. It's so weird and creepy and delightful. But it's really popular in Japan, which was a thing I did not know until I went to Japan. Mm-hmm. And there's Madoka stuff I was in heaven. It was a delight. I bought so much, too much, but like to the point where like we went to, what is it, the pachinko like areas, and they had like Madoka pachinko games, and I was like, where am I? She's everywhere. So I don't think it'll get the Yuri on Ice treatment. I just don't think we'll get like Madoka in theaters here like we would if we lived in Japan. I hope we will, because the other Madoka films did go to theater in the US. But that's the thing I'm excited for this year too, is Madoka.
We're getting a new looks like there's also a new Black Butler coming out, which I'm actually really happy they decided to release Black Butler arcs as like OVAs essentially. because the manga's really good, and I was a little disappointed when the anime came out. The second season kind of just went off on a complete tangent, and a lot of people fell off because they saw the second season. They're like, wow, this is crap.
That's when I fell off.
Yeah, it's crap because the manga hadn't caught up, or the manga wasn't there yet, so they kind of just made it up and it was terrible. But now they're coming out with all these OVAs, taking the arcs, like the key arcs that are from the manga and turning them to OVAs, which I'm really excited about because I love Black Butler. That was a really, really good manga.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely fell off in second season for that.
As you should. It was terrible. It was terrible.
It's fair.
It was terrible. It was absolutely made up by whoever was writing the script for that. So there's nothing like the manga. Hopefully they keep rewriting it and keep releasing a lot of them, because I think the manga is finished, or it's about to finish. I am very behind, like a couple of years behind. So
yeah, that's easy to do with something that long, though.
I know, especially when they only release, like, you get a chapter a month, essentially, depending on where it is and when it's released.
Yeah. Val, what you got next on your list?
Chat wants to know thoughts on Solo Leveling.
I haven't seen it. I'm so sorry.
I haven't. I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Yeah.
I know my fiance started watching it, and he hasn't said anything bad.
My husband's really into it. But I think that was one of the ones that he was trying to convince me to start this season as well, because he's so excited for it.
Because a new season for that just came out too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that one...
Ooh. I'm so sorry, chat.
I know.
I apparently only watch Villainess Isekais. I've failed you all. And there's more on my list, just so you know.
I know.
Solo Leveling... Sorry, go ahead.
No.
I was say Solo Leveling is also, it's a shonen, and those are hard for me to get into as well, because I've watched maybe like 3 shonen anime and like actually fully watched the whole thing.
We already know it's Naruto or Boruto.
To be fair,
and My Hero Academia.
My Hero Academia, so good. I love My Hero Academia. I couldn't get into I know Val's gonna hate me a little bit for this. I could not get into Jujutsu Kaisen.
Really?
I'm sorry.
You killed her.
I tried.
She's dead.
So hard.
No.
I tried.
Even I got into it, and there's not a single villainess to be found.
I tried so hard.
She's either frozen or genuinely dead.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Maybe one day I'll sit down and try to watch it again, but like
I mean, she won't.
No,
she's lying.
I know,
she won't.
I know.
Yeah.
She won't.
Sorry.
You didn't even make it to the BL
She's not sorry.
undertones. That's why you left. That's why you abandoned. You could just make it to the hidden inventory arc. Undertones. Yeah.
I made it to when the schools are fighting each other, and it's like the Triwizard tournament for the schools or whatever. I don't know.
The thing
I
I
got
hate
to
about
that.
myself...
There was a panda fighting, and I was like, I'm good. I'm good with this. This was a panda. I don't...
Okay, so you're not gonna like Ranma half at all.
I love Ranma 1/2.
Is so great.
I love Ranma 1/2 because
okay, so there's panda and
it fights.
Okay, it fights. I understand, but Ranma 1/2 is
so good.
A lot of it is very it's nostalgic for me because it was one of the first manga I watched because I obviously was super into Inuyasha, and I was like, oh, this is the same person. Ranma 1/2. Also,
I love watching manga.
It was the first anime. Okay, Ranma 1/2 had an anime, but it really wasn't that good, and it didn't air like Inuyasha was airing. Inuyasha would come on like on probably adults. Yeah, for us it was Adult Swim, but Ranma 1/2 didn't air on Adult Swim, so I never watched it.
Yeah,
I guess to change it up because we've been talking about a lot of like, we haven't even talked about like a ton of romances. I feel like I'm letting you guys carry the like standard combo and I'm like jumping in with like something else. But there's one that I hadn't heard of that when I was researching what's coming up this season, I read it and I was like, ooh, that actually sounds really good. And I like hadn't heard anything about it. But it's based off of a game. And it's called Sakokari Hotel. And so it's the...
Oh, I have that on my list.
Okay, I'm gonna read. Do you have the synopsis of? I have like a little bit of it, but it's basically the Sakokari Hotel is a hotel that is engulfed in twilight all day long with no distinction between day and night. It exists as a place between life and death where souls are unable to decide whether to move on, I assume is the next line.
Yeah, basically, because the idea behind, and this isn't a spoiler, the idea behind the hotel is that it's a place for souls to rest as they decide if they want to be, like, move on or go back, kind of, like, be reborn type of a thing. Mm-hmm. It's a deciding point, because it helps them to recover their memories so they can find, like, their rightful place in the world and things like that. It is based on a game, though. That's on my list. It's already technically started coming out. Mm-hmm. I'm very excited for this one because it's about basically this girl who passes over and she's recovering her memories and like basically sees something she shouldn't, and it like unravels a mystery. And so I'm also really excited for this one.
Yeah, so that one started airing on the 3rd.
I expected.
I'm not surprised.
I am.
Sorry, there was a note in the chat saying, because we were teasing Mem on her 3 shonens that she watches, and the chat was like, "Oh, I can't do My Hero Academia." They said that they tried, and One Piece and My Hero their least favorite anime.
Oh, I can't do One Piece.
My husband loves it. I can't do One Piece either.
My fiance, he's basically like, it's okay, I guess. He's like, there's a couple good episodes, but I can't, for me, it's just so long. It's the same reason I struggled with Seven Deadly Sins, where there's just like everything's so
I quit
dragged.
Seven Deadly Sins. Yeah. I couldn't do it.
Everything's so dragged out. I found the only way I could watch Seven Deadly was if I just like skipped through the fight scenes after a while. Mm-hmm. Also for me, there's so much fan service in One Piece. I get that some people like that and that's their dig, and no judgment to them, but for me it's too much. Like and that's coming from someone who, embarrassingly enough, watches Fairy Tail. And so for me to think One Piece is too much fan service, I feel like that's not good. Yeah. Although 100 Year Quest Fairy Tail has been even more fan service than normal, and I haven't figured out how to emotionally mosey on through that yet. But
yeah,
I don't judge people as much as I like My Hero. I get why people don't. I can see it.
Shoujo is hard to get into. I feel like shoujo is kind of, it reminds me a lot of how like a lot of people, it's hard to get into comic books just because it goes on for so long, and people are super intimidated by, like, you look at One Piece and you're like, why would I want to start something that has like 5 bajillion episodes?
Yeah.
It's so exhausting. It's so exhausting.
My Hero's rough too, because like, as much as I love it, the way they write female characters isn't great.
Yeah.
And so like that also I think can like be a real off-putting for a lot of people, understandably so.
It doesn't help too that, right, like I feel like even from the manga to the anime, and I've only seen like bits and pieces of the manga, even that they went like such a, I don't want to say degrading, but like they didn't go the right direction. Like the source material, not great to begin with, but then they like amplified everything that was wrong about the source material for the female characters in the anime as well.
Yeah.
I will give them credit on the fact that they are a lot better for, again, a shonen, they are a lot better than how shonen has notoriously been. The shonen is notorious for having really bad female characterization. And I will give them credit on the fact that they do have a large variety of female cast. The female cast is fairly competent in 90% of it. They're just not the main characters, and they don't get the screen time they deserve.
Yeah, most of the bad quirk characters are dudes. Like Squirt Bottle Head.
They also
Reaphead.
Right. There isn't, because I think a lot of people, like a lot of what I've seen online isn't even that there isn't enough female characters. It's just that they don't have the same, like if you look at like Bakugo's growth throughout it versus like the female, there's just not the same level of depth.
There's no backstory. There's no growth. The main characters are not female, and they're all every female character is a B or C character.
Yeah.
And it is sad. I mean, even in Naruto you get Sakura, although I won't Sakura pisses me off, but
people feel heavy about her.
Listen, I feel heavy about a lot of characters, and half the cast of Naruto I would on sight. Like, I hate them so much, okay?
There's
I hate
only
them so
one good
much.
character. And I'm so sorry for anyone who loves Naruto. No judgment. My son does too. I do really like the one chick though, the like purple hair girl who has the crush on Naruto. She's precious. I do like
solid,
her a lot.
and she's
pretty
solid
cute.
and she's strong, which I
Yeah.
like. But you're right. No, My Hero does not do a good job. They don't do a good job. It's classic shonen issues that they have, and it sucks.
There's one on my list I'm surprised Valsaraptor hasn't brought up yet. And now I'm curious because I thought I was told about this anime by you, but now I'm wondering.
I have a very long list.
Okay,
I think I know which one it is.
Cool,
I think I know which one it is.
I've been sitting here for a few minutes because I thought you would bring it up earlier, and I'm like, did I imagine us talking about it and you telling me I should watch it? Or, and that's Zenshu?
Nope, not that one.
Wait, hold on.
Did I make up a whole conversation between us where you said I should watch it? That you wanted to watch it?
That isn't the one I was going to bring up. I was going to bring up one that's getting a second season that I know Valsaraptor has had me read, which is My Dress Up Darling.
Oh, yeah.
That's getting a second season.
Zenshu's the one about she's like starting a career as an animator. She makes like her debut to the director, and her first anime becomes a massive hit, and then she gets like sent into the world of her own anime.
Oh, cute. Okay. I think
it was probably
my
husband. But I mean, I did.
You guys
have
are the
heard
same
of it,
person,
but
right?
Yeah.
I think I've seen that. I think I've seen clips of that.
And that one's gonna be Mappa. Made.
Ooh.
Or is. I think that one's already started coming out too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one is Mappa. It honestly looks pretty cute though.
Zenshu is how that one's spelled. Yeah, I'm trying to type everything out so that chat can like see all the stuff that we've talked about.
That's really smart.
Yeah.
I really struggled when making this list because there's so many things that I've heard about coming out, like the Santa Claus one, and I'm like, is that 2025? I don't know.
Right. There's a couple other ones that like I know that like the mangas are super popular, and I want to watch the anime, but it'll be something that like I put on in the background because that's how I feel about which means I'm gonna have to wait for them to come out in English, but that I likely will do at some point, like Honey Lemon Soda. That one's a romance that like I know the manga is really really well renowned like in like the romance space. There was another one that was on my list that was like romancy that I'm gonna wait for it to come out in English. Is the Anyway I'm Falling in Love with You, but that's a reverse harem.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
That's kind of cute then.
And so she said she's a high school second year having the worst 17th birthday ever. She's missing her chance to get close to the other student she admires. Her parents didn't even remember that it's her birthday. So I'm like, I don't know how like it's drama, reverse harem, romance. But that one, that one's gonna be a Crunchyroll. So that's another one. Like I said, I'm just gonna wait for it to come out in English.
I have a couple like that too, though, because I have I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time.
That one, my husband is so excited for that one, and he said that the first episode was, or I can't remember if that was his first episode list or not, but yeah, he's looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I am looking forward to it. I do think it's one that I'll probably watch in the background of something. But that one looks really, I like the concept of it. It does feel very like kind of predictable. It feels like that type of storyline. But like I said before, like I find those kind of very comforting. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the I Want to Escape from Princess Lessons and Dark History of the Reincarnated Villainess, obviously. From what I've read about that one, it's a pretty vanilla Villainess story. Nothing like crazy exciting.
So there was
I still love those.
Yeah. There was another one that I just realized this is a digital manga, and this one's going to come out on Crunchyroll. It's called Okitsura Fell in Love with the Okinawan Girl, but I just wish I know what she's saying. But this one, like the tags for it are comedy, romance, school, and love polygon.
Interesting.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay.
Right. So that one, I don't know that one because I don't know anything else about it other than that.
Mm-hmm.
But
So we don't know if it'll be like really cutie or really Well, I've looked at some images. This might be a you watch first and tell me if I'm old enough to watch.
Okay.
Because one of the first images I see is a girl's face directly in another girl's cleavage. But that is
She just
also
fell.
pretty... She looks very happy to have fallen. Oh, wait. There's a line... I'll just show you this photo later.
Okay.
I don't think she fell. She's given a hug nuzzle. It's on purpose. But we do like seeing more relationship types displayed, so I hope that they do it justice and it's not just like
harem-y
clickbait fan service.
Well, yeah, harem-y fan service. So yeah, that one. The other one that I had, but I'm not sure, but this one's definitely a background watching English one, is A Terrified Teacher at Ghoul School. I'm like really into like the silly...
The Scooby-Doo movie I used to watch, the Ghoul School one.
Yes! Oh my gosh, I loved Ghoul School. That was such a good Scooby-Doo like movie series.
That's my top Scooby-Doo Rick.
Yeah. But the tags are comedy, fantasy, gag humor, mythology, school, workplace. So
I don't know why workplace caught me so off guard there, but I almost
he's a
choked
teacher
on my
technically,
soda.
and he's at work.
My brain did not process teacher. It was just I only heard Ghoul School, and so I was like workplace.
Oh, I wanted to make a note. So the Sakokari Hotel one, that one's actually going to be on YouTube.
Yes, and Amazon Prime.
Oh, I didn't realize it was going to be a Prime one. So Mim should be able to watch that one without Crunchy.
Yes, the first 2 episodes are out on Amazon Prime already. I saw that earlier today.
Okay, cool. Go ahead, Mim.
I would say another one that's coming out that I'm actually a little bit excited for is Anne Shirley. It's based off of Anne of Green Gables. And
yeah, I heard about that.
I'm really excited because I'm pretty sure it was either Netflix, I think, that came out with. I think it just came out with Anne. I think it was just called Anne or whatever. Yeah. And it was really, really cute. And I'm actually really excited. It looks very Ghibli-esque. Like the art style looks very Ghibli. Anne of Green Gables is one of those ones you can put on the background. It's like very wholesome. It's very interesting to watch, and it's very cute to like have on. So I'm actually really excited for that one.
I'm gonna have to send this to my sister because she doesn't watch any anime, but she loves Anne of Green Gables. So I could probably actually get her to watch this.
Oh, for sure.
She's a sweet little grandma lady. Yeah. I don't think she listens to our episodes, but if she does, she's knitting while listening to it.
I love that for her.
She's such a little cutie bean. She's a little sweetie pee.
Oh.
But
another
yeah,
one
like this.
Another one that's listed as like an original series is Momentary Lily. And it's a sci-fi slice of life superpower one.
I'm sorry. Did you say sci-fi slice of life?
Yeah. So
okay.
Robotic invaders wiped out all life, but Renge fights to survive using her powers. With no memory, she roams the city until she meets 5 other young women.
I'm obsessed with her hair. It is wild. I just Googled this, and for everyone listening, the images are just this like long blonde-haired girl, and her hair is just wild. There's a lot of levitating hair that I'm seeing in images. Mm-hmm. That sounds really interesting, though.
Right, like this whole sci-fi, like all-female cast slice of life thing. So I don't know if it's gonna be. I hope it doesn't get the fan service treatment. It's like, oh, all-female cast, time for fan service, but it doesn't look like it based off of like the first image that I saw of it. Again, I haven't gotten to like look too deeply into some of these, but just
maybe
the
don't
premise
look
of
as deep into the photos.
No.
But the thing is, it's hard to say because like some of these photos I'm seeing could be very out of context.
Right. Mm-hmm. But the fact that it's original, I don't know if it's a good sign or a bad sign.
Yeah.
I know what.
Go ahead.
I know what my husband's gonna be watching is Disney's Twisted Wonderland.
Mm-hmm. I'm so excited. Mm-hmm. I didn't know if that counted, but it's on my list.
Talk about fan service, but opposit fan service. Like, I'm sorry, who doesn't want to see?
It's just a bunch of like dudes in Disney clothes.
It's just a bunch. Listen, it's just a bunch of hot Disney cosplayers. It's like, what if Scar was hot and human?
I was so mad when Twisted Wonderland, because it came out as an Otome game, and I was so mad because I played it when it first came out, and it wasn't a romance, and I thought it was going to be, and I was heartbroken and devastated.
It looks like it should be, like, based off of all the promo. Yeah.
It should be a reverse harem.
Exactly how they like made it seem like was like it was going to be this reverse harem game, and it was like a mystery thing, and I was like, this is stupid.
It is still owned by Disney. There's only so much you're gonna be able to do.
Romance?
Yeah, but not. I don't think Disney's gonna be coming out with a reverse harem anime anytime soon. Just saying.
Don't
say Snow White. Don't say Snow White. Not a reverse harem.
I was not going to. Snow White's a BL, obviously.
Obviously. Okay. I'm sorry. Team Grumpy and Doc. Done. Love that for them. Or the Prince and the Hunter.
I think they're related. I was going the Prince and the Hunter. I'm pretty sure the dwarfs are brothers.
Well, now I have to know.
I
didn't inherently think that they were.
I didn't think they were either.
Brothers. I'm Googling it.
I'm Googling it.
Are the
seven dwarves brothers? Yes.
Damn.
Look, I know that's an anime trope, but it's one I'd rather not see recreated.
Okay, so it says it portrays them as a family unit with no specific mention of parents, but implies they are siblings.
I have a follow-up question because the Wikipedia page says... I'm sorry. The Wikipedia... I can't even say this out loud. The Wikipedia page says, Grumpy is one of the 8 dwarf brothers who hatched from their eggs at the same time. Chat, please, can you let me know? I did not realize that...
We're getting into some dwarf lore here. I didn't know dwarves came from eggs.
In, like, anime and cartoon obviously, like, real people do not come from eggs. Did someone just mess up the Wikipedia and my dumb self is reading this? Why would that... What?
No.
Or in the new Snow White movie, are they from eggs?
Why not?
Is that... I'm so confused and upset.
Spy Family Season 3. All I'm going to say. Spy Family Season 3 is coming out. I'm very excited.
I wasn't sure if we were talking about manga today or just anime, but I do have some manga too, so I don't know if we want to make that a separate episode or not.
It's probably going to have to be a separate
episode.
It's
from the Once Upon a
Time
nighttime series that aired. That's where the hatching thing came from.
Oh, yeah. That was a weird series. I enjoyed it for a small amount of time, and then
I did too. It kind of went off the rails for me a bit.
It fell off the rails. It's like after the third time of this character becoming good and then turning evil again, it's like, okay, let's move on.
Agreed.
Okay, so here's the lore for that Once Upon a Time is according to Bossy Dwarf, whatever, the Blue Fairy, dwarves cannot fall in love, and dwarves' only purpose and work in life is to work the fairy mines, to mine and process fairy dust for the fairies. It's assumed they must reproduce asexually, since we never see any female dwarves, and they hatch from their giant eggs as adults.
Cool.
I'm gonna have nightmares.
Also,
that feels incredibly not cool to, like, real people.
Well, yeah, I feel like
we're
dwarves
getting so derailed. I'm so sorry, everyone.
I know. Oh, Magic Knight Ray Earth.
Oh, wait. There was one other one that I want to talk about that I don't know that I'm necessarily going to watch, but I wanted to talk about it. But it's going to be produced by Cloverworks. So I'm like, is it going to be good? There's some lore behind why I want to talk about this one. So I think you guys have both heard this story, but basically, while I was in Japan, I was like walking around, I don't know if I was like leaving a mall or something, and it was like later at night, and
this better not be the elevator story, or I swear to goodness, you'll be dead to me.
No.
Okay,
but
cool.
There are like these standees in this like open like atrium area. And there are these 3 schoolgirls in that area, and one is just like laughing uncontrollably. The other one is recording, while the third one goes around to the different standees, and she's like, "Oh, so cute," to each standee, and then she gets to the middle one and she like rears back her fist and is like air punching this standee, and then she goes to the other standees and she's like, "Oh, you're so cute, I love you, oh, so kawaii," and then she goes back to the middle one and is like punching it, and I think so. I think the standees were a part of this series because it had just been announced, but it's like, it's idols. It's like an idol anime. It's called Unite Up, and I think it's actually the second season of it, but then they also made a game based off of it too, I believe.
Okay, I do think there's an Otome game for these guys.
Yeah.
Could you tell me what color hair she was punching, please?
I think it was the red one.
But he looks adorable.
It was either
What?
I think it was either, maybe it was purple?
There's a lot of pictures for the red hair guy. And he has a tiny little cat plush, it looks like.
Okay, maybe I don't know. Maybe it was the purple one. There's so many because it's idols and it's like a couple different
There's a
idol
lot
groups.
of them.
So I really,
I kind of want to watch this now and try to guess which one she was punching.
Yeah.
me too. It's gonna be on Crunchyroll. It's again Unite Up.
I kind of feel like I have to watch it now.
It's on the list.
And just watch it strictly from the standpoint of, if I was a high school girl, which one would I punch?
So there was another. Oh my gosh! So can we watch that one together too?
Yes, for sure, definitely.
As we're watching it, we'll
rank who's the most punchable.
Yes.
We'll have our own list.
Yes.
And then a
Beautiful.
definitive list.
It's a live list though, so as we watch the series, we'll adjust who becomes more or less punchable.
More or less punchable. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm for it. I'm ready.
Yeah. There was another one on the list, but I don't know if it's just going to be in Japan because I don't see where it's going to be streamable in the US yet.
Yikes.
It's Witchy Precure.
What?
Oh, is
Witchy-
that another Precure?
Yeah.
No, Witchy Precure is coming to the US.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't see it on the list where it's going to be streamable for US viewers, but it's a direct sequel aimed at grown-up fans.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is on my list.
I was like, have we just not gotten through your list yet?
This was the last thing on it.
Okay.
Um,
And wait, while you're looking that up, Mim,
Yeah.
I sent a screenshot to your husband because I think there's going to be a comedy slice of life anime about corgis.
I love that. That's exciting. Oh my gosh. I would love that so much.
That's another one where I don't know where it's going to be streamable. I'll send you the screen grab for it. It's called Tono to Inu. I'll
Aww.
send it. Oh god, why am I not?
I'll watch
getting
it with
any
our
options?
corgis. We'll put it on. They don't get as interested in the TV as your cats do, but I'll put it on and I'll make them watch so our dogs can also get into anime.
I bet my cat would watch that one if there were like critters running around. So
Oh, nice.
there are
I mean, there'll at least
other...
be corgis, I hope.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like I think it's the main character.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
There's a couple other BL or Doki, did you find you were looking for?
no.
Okay. There was a couple other so there was one harem that I know my husband's looking forward to, but it's like a parody harem. It's the 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You. It's getting a season 2 this year. I think that was the last on like my list of ones that I wanted to talk about on here, except for there was a couple BLs, I feel like. So we talked about I wanted to mention too that there's going to be an ice skating anime that's coming out this season, but it is like I think it's more slice of life where it's like this older guy teaching a younger girl how to ice skate. And so it's
Okay.
not the ice skating anime that we all deserve.
I know.
So we talked about Go For It Nakamura. There's Bon Vampire.
I heard of that too. I have no idea what that's about.
So
I mean, other than a vampire.
Mori Ranmu works as a live-in part-timer at a long-established public bathhouse. His true identity as a 450-year-old vampire. So that's kind of there's that one. Then, yeah, we talked about Summer Hikaru Died, and then the Other World book. So those are my... Oh, then there's also an 18-plus BL that's getting animated, I think. This one's harder to pronounce. Yatara Yarashi. Fukami-kun. Thus begins the obstinate relationship of a playboy narcissist and a deceivingly frumpy dressed, hot-bodied otaku.
Love that.
So, those are like and that one that doesn't have an official release date, just says 2025. So, I think that's my full list, except for Quintessential Quintuplets, which is getting a special, and that already came out. I just haven't watched it yet.
It's just a special, yeah. So I'm not finding that it will... Sorry, I didn't mean to scream. I accidentally hyped something through my headphones and it was very loud. I'm not finding anything about... I think you're correct that it's not going to be legally streaming anywhere. Someone had made a comment that Toei might post it on their YouTube because they do that sometimes.
Oh. And which one was this one for again?
Witchy Precure.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people are saying that Crunchyroll has not received licensing for it yet because the original Witchy Precure is on Crunchyroll.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe it's just like a matter of time thing.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Because I desperately need to watch this for reasons.
I think it's pretty obvious the reasons.
It's lesbian reasons.
Yeah, so I think that's my full list of anime specifically that like caught my eye or that I will be watching this year.
Yeah. I'm most excited for my Ask for One Final Thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited for the punchy lady. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be so good.
There's a lot to be excited for. I'm excited to try to get back into more anime and stuff like that. I feel like
Isekai?
I haven't been in any of them because I feel like I've just haven't.
She's gonna watch the Daddy Isekai, the Villainess Daddy Isekai. That's the one that she's gonna watch.
Honestly,
probably
what a one to jump back into.
Probably the only one I'm gonna watch. Not gonna lie. If I want to watch an Isekai, I'll rewatch Inuyasha for like the 10th time.
I mean, it's a classic for a reason.
It is. It's a classic for a reason.
So I just now it's just a matter of finding the time to watch all of these animes. All of these.
And we haven't even gotten into manga we're excited for, so like
that list is a lot longer. That's a much longer list.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna
for
do
me,
like
that list is always shorter.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't really research, like, manga that's going to be coming out. I'm one of those people
you just get excited
just,
when
like,
you see it in the bookstore.
I just go to the bookstore and I'm like, oh, this looks cute, and I buy it and then take it home and realize that I should not have bought it and I have to bring it back in or, what have you. But I buy most of my manga totally blind. Like, I do have some that I'm excited for. Quite a few of them are just, like, the next in series that I really love. But for the most part, I just go in and do a make-em-ups in the store based off of cover. So covers are important. People putting out manga. They determine if I buy it.
My memory gets the best of me because I'm on all of the release lists for like 7Cs and Viz and all the other ones, right?
All
Sublime. And I'll read an email and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait for this one to come out. And then right now, if you ask me, I could not list a single title that is coming out that I'm like excited for, even though every time I get an email from any of the publishers on like new stuff, not obviously like not the continued stuff, which I am still excited about, but I'm just like, I'm the same, but it's like, I know they're happening. I just forget. And then I get to do the same thing that you do where I walk into the store and I go, exciting.
I do that, but with video games a lot. I forget about, and the worst part is I'll kickstart a video game, and then I'll see it on Steam and be like, oh my gosh, I should play this, and then realize I kickstarted that video game, like a Witch's Bakery that's gonna come out. I kickstarted it and added it to my Steam library, like wishlist the other day, and was like, what am I doing? I get a copy of this.
You're a monster.
I really am. I've done it twice already in the past 3 months. It's not ideal.
No. But anyway, okay, so you're looking most forward to, may I ask for one final thing? Min, what was your like top thing that you were looking forward to?
Let me see here. I am most looking forward to watching Apothecary Diaries for the first time. The second season of My Happy Marriage are my two that I'm really, really excited for.
Yeah. My other one
and the
is
final
this
season
monster
of My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I think I'm the most excited for, mostly because every time, like I told you, I've been like hunting for the manga and I haven't been able to find it.
Yeah.
And every time we're in the manga store, I ask my husband, and he's like, I literally don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, the anime's coming out this year. I need to read the manga. Is the Other Worlds books depend on the bean counter?
Yeah.
That one, just because like, I don't know much more about it, which is why I wanted to read the manga, but because I haven't been able to find it, I'm really anxious to start watching the anime. And that's why I'm so excited to start that one the most, I think.
No, 100. That's why I said, may I ask for one final thing and not this monster wants to eat me.
Yeah.
Just because I know so little about it that I'm like, if I don't read this and find out what it's actually about or watch it and find out, I'll explode.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. 100%. We need more information or accessibility.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, the Sk8 OVA.
Oh, yeah. Hands down.
Easy.
I would say Madoka, but I don't want to risk... if I say I want to see it, it'll get extended another year, so... I'm dreading seeing it. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
Wink.
So anyway, this has been Girls Gays Animes on our 2025 anime outlook wish list hype. What do you want to call it? Our 2025 anime hype list.
Hype list.
Yep.
Hype list.
Hype list. Our list was not macho enough for us to have called it our hype list.
How dare you?
Hype. You're right. I'm so sorry. I totally forgot that there's the one, the Rose of Versailles is on here. You're right. I'm sorry.
Thank
That's
you.
so We're fine. Just kidding. We're good. It's macho enough.
Yeah.
Toilet Bound's on here. Come on. Excuse me. Takesy backsies. There's a boy in at least 2 of these, so.
I think they were all my recommendations. All of the like.
Anything with boys you read. I don't know if there's a single boy in anything I.
First of all, Toilet Bound was on your list too. Okay.
You're right. There's a single boy. I'm so sorry. Because you can't even count the boy in the Bureaucrat to Villainess that's been reincarnated because he's a girl now. So that doesn't count. Oh, but you know what? There's a boy in I Want to Escape from Princess Lessons.
Okay.
There's one in there at least.
That one I saw and I wasn't sure if that one was gonna be
I want
good
to watch
or not.
I so good. I think with I hate to say this because I really am such a sucker for Villainess, but like Mim said, there's a billion of them.
Yes.
And while some of them are really good, a lot of them are just kind of the same story over and over. I love them anyways. They bring me a lot of dopamine, so I continue to consume. This one I think might just be a vanilla Villainess, or not even Villainess, just like a vanilla European set princessy thing.
Yeah.
I'll let you know, because I'm going to watch that one pretty soon, I think. So I'll tell you if it's actually worth watching, but it's a background show for me, I think.
Oh wait, there was. Oh, is that the one that my husband said is really fan servicey unnecessarily?
Oh no. It better not be one on my list. Which one?
I think it was the Princess Lessons one.
No.
Aw.
Don't say that to me.
I think that's why I didn't have it on my list. But the other one that I forgot about.
Based on the images, it doesn't look fan servicey.
Okay. Maybe it's a different one.
I can't even tell if she has boobs.
Okay. There was one more that I'm not sure is going to be streamable for us, but it's based off of a children's book.
Okay.
And it's a comedy mystery called The Supernatural Sweet Shop.
Cute.
The novel series story centers on the mysterious candy and snack shop, which only lucky people can find.
Oh, this looks so cute.
And she can recommend, the shop owner can recommend the perfect candy for each person's troubles.
That's so
And it just sounds like super cute and sweet, and I really hope it becomes streamable for us.
Yeah.
Also, going back to I Want to Escape from Princess Lessons.
Yeah.
I know he tries to consume I don't even think your husband would watch that. I think it would be so low on his radar. I don't even know if he would consume it.
Yeah, but he reports out on what is coming out, and so he researched a lot of these.
No, for sure. I do not think that's the one. So let me know if you find out what he was talking about, because I don't think that one's it. based on
Yeah, there's
every
a lot
image I'm
a
seeing
lot of
for this.
clothing.
Yeah, there's a lot of clothing, and because there are some Seventh Time Loop is one that we love, but like we constantly joke because they couldn't decide what size to draw her chest.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Because depending on her dress, it's drawn very different. So like I would get it for that one almost, but for this one, I don't see it.
Yeah.
Wild. Maybe I'm mixing up. But there was one where I was like, ooh, this looks cute, and he goes, cute is not the right word. And I was like, no.
No.
I'll ask him again and I'll text you.
Yeah,
All right.
thanks.
Yeah. But anyway,
Cool.
so yeah,
That's our hype list.
This is Girls Gays Animes hype list. There might be secret fan service. Who knows?
Who knows?
We don't.
Whatever vessel you watch this, let us know what you're most excited for. Or if we missed anything, if we're sleeping on anything, let us know. Because there's a lot of good stuff coming out. I feel like there's always good stuff coming out. But yeah, let us know if we're sleeping on anything, just like Chat did earlier with Solo Leveling.
Yeah,
I'm going to hear
most
about
definitely.
that one from the husband. So, yeah, thanks for listening. Remember to smash that like button. Just kidding. But also, if TikTok
Don't
is going
ever do
away,
that.
that is where most people find us. So I hate to recommend finding us on Meta, but do look for us on YouTube at least for now, until we figure out what's going on. But thanks, everyone. Thanks, Mem. Thanks, Doki. As always, it's fun chatting with you ladies.
Of course.
We'll be checking in on you, Mem, to make sure that you're actually watching the things.
All right. I know. I finished Squid Game, so now I know I have other things to watch.
Doki's been all on the Korean game show kick, so Doki's not allowed to recommend any other Korean shows to Mem until Mem has watched all of the animes.
Okay, but do I have a doozy for you when you're
Okay.
ready? It was good. It was so good.
Okay.
All right. Love you, ladies. Bye.
Bye.